ready.
Have you guys been to a Shake Shack?
Yeah, it's not very good.
I've heard of it.
You don't think it's very good?
No.
I mean, I thought it was pretty good.
I love Shake Shack.
Excuse me, I'm thinking of In-N-Out. In-N-Out's the one that's overrated.
No. Shake Shack. Shake Shack. It was. It started in New York, and now it's like everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I fucking love it. But when I go to Shake Shack, and people will be like, "All right, well, I'll get a burger and fries," and I'm like, "No, I'll get a burger and a hot dog." And they're like, "What? That's so bad for you?" I'm like, "French fries, hot dog, and French fries are the same bad for you." This way, I just get to enjoy both of these things.
And at least you're hitting your protein macros.
Exactly.
I only get French fries if I like the restaurant's French fries. Like Steak and Shake has those little thin ass shoestring fries. I don't eat those. I don't want that mess. I want big, fat,
Shake Shack
sexy fries like Five Guys.
Yeah, Shake Shack it's so fucking good. And also, there are only a few in airports, but the airport ones are the only ones that have breakfast. Shake Shack breakfast it's like this egg and cheese, tons of salt content, but so fucking good. It's just the best egg and cheese I've ever had.
Salt's good for you.
Salt isn't even bad for you. A study came out, I've been told, that salt isn't even bad for you.
Unless you have blood pressure issues, load up on the salt. Have as much as you want. You're mostly made of it.
I loaded up on salt today. I had pho. Does anyone know what pho is? It's like Vietnamese soup.
Yeah, Vietnamese soup.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a really good soup. It's got meat in it.
I say pho.
So I used to say pho also, and then I was eating with my friend. His wife is Vietnamese, and I said something about pho, and like she laughed, and I was like, "What did I say?" She goes, "Well, it's pronounced pho," and then I thought about it. I was like, "Oh, it's funny because so many fucking stores have a name based on it being pronounced wrong."
Yeah,
like there are so many places. Like there's a huge chain in LA called 9021 Pho. Yeah, but it's really 9021 Pho.
For people that don't know,
it should be. I don't give a fuck.
This word is spelled PHO, and it's pronounced FA.
Called Pho King.
Like you'd be the
king of pho.
Pho King. Dude, that's all right. This is going on the PKA list of ideas that aren't bad.
I made it. I did one.
Anyway, Kyle and Taylor told me that the inside of the pepper was the hot part, that with the seeds and the whiteness.
The seeds is the spiciest part. Yeah.
So I pop them out, and then I put the outside of the pepper in there. Game changer for me. It's huge. Now, I actually like the spice, but what I don't like is the public embarrassment that comes with my tears and runny nose and all the shit that just exposes how I can't handle it.
Dude, I had Thai food once with this comic, and he led me to develop a theory that there are outliers at every little skill in the world.
Okay.
Whether
Black
that
Swan
skill is
theory.
What?
The Black Swan theory. This already exists, but carry on.
Okay, I'm sure I'm not the first person to think of it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
But the idea of like whether it is tying your shoes fast or perceiving an oncoming car, whatever the fuck the skill is, there are people who are amazing at it, and there are people who are total shit at it, and most of us are in between. Because this comic, I don't like spice, so they come to me and they're, I order my, pad CU, and she was like, what spice level do you want, 1 through 10? I was like, do you have a 0? I'll take a 0. And so then she goes to him, and he goes, I'll take a 10. And she freezes. And she's like, no one's ever taken a 10. And he's like, yeah, I'll be fine. I'll take a 10. And she goes, the most anyone's ever had was an 8. And that guy, we had to call an ambulance. And he goes,
what a fucking loser.
Why do you offer the 9 and 10 then?
Yeah. Well, he goes, it's fine. I'll take a 10. And so the cook came out, the manager came out, and everyone double checked. And so then finally, they give him the 10. He eats it, doesn't even fucking break a sweat. He's fine. He says to me, he's like, I probably could have gone to a 12. And he goes, yeah, 12 would probably be a bit much for me. They come out, they take his picture, they comp the entire meal.
Wow.
And they're like, we've been in business 10 years. We've never seen anything like this. And
the prophecy always said someone would come in and order a can.
That was good.
And I just like in that moment I was like, I think you might have that palate, like one of the most in the world. I was like, we're going to a wing contest tomorrow, bro. Like we're driving somewhere where they have some sort of hot contest, and we're making money. I felt like it was like Paul Newman in the in like The Color of Money.
There was a Thai restaurant near me. They were known for 2 things: good Thai food and human slavery. And
what?
Yeah, it came out like I didn't even know. Fans
I'm glad
were
you
like,
specified human slavery.
fans,
A bunch of monkeys working back there in poor conditions.
Back to work, Chippy.
they're like, Woody, check this out. They show me an article from the local paper called the News and Observer, and yeah, they were like guilty. They were bringing people in from other countries, taking their passports and forcing them to work under misleading.
You can taste the misery.
Oh, it was so good.
No wonder the Thai food was so good because they had people to work there for free, so they could spend money on developing the food.
So I'm there, and I hear someone come in to order takeout, and they're like, "Oh, they want it spicy," and they're like, "Whoa, really spicy?" And they're like, "Nah, they're white people," and they give them this like, "Right." They're all on the same page, so they tone it down for the whites.
When I order Thai food, they ask spicy or Thai spicy.
Mm-hmm.
And you would never hear that in any other type of restaurant. You'd never go to like a fried chicken place and you're like, yeah, I want it extra crispy, and be like, crispy or black crispy?
I knew you were going there.
Black crispy.
I've actually
I want it ashy as fuck.
Matt took our picture on.
No one's ever had black crispy chicken before.
How do you make it black crispy? We fry it in lard. Hell yeah. Wrap it in a chitlin first. You ever had chitterlings?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either. It's fried pig intestine, which I really scoff at until I consider that the best hot dogs and sausages are wrapped in pig intestine. So I don't know. I guess I'm a hypocrite. But yeah, I usually ordered it hot, but not Thai hot. And hot Penang curry would have me crying, and I'd have to blow my nose a couple of times during dinner. And then one day we were getting it to go, and I was like, this is my opportunity to get it Thai hot. I won't make a scene this way. I'll be back at home with this. Thai hot took me an hour to eat a plate of Penang curry because I would take maybe 5 bites, and I would be overwhelmed by the heat, and I'd have to like take a break. This is too much.
I like that burning feeling.
Me too, but
when I was
it builds.
When I was in Japan, I was with another comic who spoke Japanese, and like there was we were at some place and they were just bringing us a bunch of food, and I said I was like I can't eat spicy, and so like he tried to tell that to the waiter, and like the waiter seemed to kind of pause, and I just said to him, I go, how do you say white American in Japanese? Because that's what's going to communicate this right now of like how little I can take. And like they totally understood. Nothing was spicy.
Yeah, it should have been like, you know how you are when you try and drink milk? That's where I will be if you give me a real spicy dish.
The Thai restaurant I like so much got replaced as a Jamaican restaurant. And I'm like, all right, I don't really know Jamaican food. Let's check this out. The fuck is wrong with Jamaican food? It's got all these broken bones in it. And it's not like chicken with broken bones. They just take the chicken, smash it up with a hammer or knife or something, and there's like shards. It's mangled chicken.
That
sounds awful.
I've eaten Jamaican food, and I think what you just said was like you were just like, what the fuck is wrong with American food? I went to this Shoney's and everything is crap.
Yeah, I've had Jamaican food.
I went to Applebee's.
I found the jerk chicken to be like dry,
gross.
But it was fine. It's not my favorite kind of food, but this story of broken bones in your meal,
compound fractures sticking out the side of the chicken.
That's a health department issue, Woody. You that's not a.
I never went back.
I think that location is just cursed. First, it's human slavery, and now they're actually killing people and hiding.
Don't you knock my human slave cooks? They were outstanding.
It's a cookbook. There
was a guy up in South Carolina. Like Woody's describing a scenario where like you import like a Taiwanese immigrant, and
they gave him the false hope that they would someday own the restaurant, and they just kept them slaving forever.
So that's one thing.
Like middle management.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that.
So that's bad. But then we had that one story a while back in South Carolina where a white man was running a barbecue restaurant, and he had a mentally handicapped black man as a literal slave in the back, cooking and doing dishes and stuff. And when the black guy would get out of, I guess he wouldn't do a good job, he'd sling hot grease on him and stuff and beat him with a belt. It was crazy. The guy was on like, apparently there is a slavery charge that you can slap on somebody to this day.
I want to hear his defense. Like, I gave him room and board and food. You know, like, what's wrong with
slavery and human slavery? They charged him with both.
Shit.
That just hurts the black guy's feelings.
They're only half right there. God damn.
I actually know a good version of this, where you know how there's like in every small town in America, no matter how little the population, there's always like a Chinese food place.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in a Starbucks. Yeah, but it's like, how do they know that there's not one in this place? And I was in a Starbucks one day, and I was overhearing the guy next to me's conversation, and his job, he would basically find immigrants trying to come to America, and they would set up a Chinese restaurant for them, and they would pay like a $50,000 fee to do this, and then the people would come over, and they would work and operate the Chinese restaurant. But there was like this fee for these guys to set it up, and it was a way to get immigrants over, like legally, technically, and like that was his job. And I was like, oh, that's why there's a Chinese food restaurant in every small town, because this company literally finds places where there isn't one yet, and then goes and sells it to immigrants.
Dude, there's no good Chinese food near me. It's so upsetting. Like,
that's almost hard to believe given where you are.
There's none. Like, Atlanta has shit Chinese food.
Are you in Atlanta or outside Atlanta?
I'm outside Atlanta, but
by how far?
Pretty far, 30 minutes.
But yeah, I mean that's
like,
that's 3 miles far in Atlanta.
Yeah, sometime a day.
Like
it's
LA,
so you're in Alpharetta.
LA, that's North Atlanta. Yeah, I used to live in I used to work in Alpharetta and live in Sandy Springs, but the LA and New York have such amazing Chinese food that it's like you're eating a different kind of food when you eat fucking Northeast Georgia Chinese food. Like
well, that's why I was laughing at the Costco pizza. It's the same kind of thing. It's like technically named that.
Costco, you get high off the flavor because of how cheap it is too.
I think New York pizza's not that good. You know, with the bubbles and the inaccuracies in the cooking and the slime, that it falls forward and the grease drips off. Compare that to people are going to hate this, but like
you're describing the pizza from Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
I don't even really watch them.
Dude, I like a nice flop on my New York slice.
Yeah, and also,
and it's over greased, and I think it's
hold
bad.
it in half. You hold it in half. The oil drips out the little crease that you made, and then you're good.
Just blot it.
I like every kind of
blotting
pizza.
is
I like all of the pizzas.
As crazy as this is, the Pizza Hut with the stuffed crust, I think is better than that.
That sauce is too sweet.
That's fucking insane, Woody. That is the worst thing anyone's ever said on this program.
People just insulted Android 4 hours ago.
How dare you? Pizza is great. Like every kind of pizza, even Chicago style. What
do you mean, even Chicago style?
I'm saying because I don't like pizza that you can't eat with your hand.
Like,
you can eat a Chicago slice with your hand. You're gonna get it all over yourself. There's sauces on top. It's lasagna.
Get a fucking napkin.
Delicious.
Get a fucking napkin, you barbarian.
I truly believe that Chicago style pizza is wonderful, but it's a different food than pizza.
Yeah, it's not the same. You got New York
called
style,
cheese marinara pie or something like that.
You know, perennial
Chicago lasagna
underrated
would be closer to the truth.
Is Detroit style, like the square pan pizzas that are deep, not too much sauce, so you can. I like the sauce, but like if I have 2 slices of Chicago style, I'm gonna have acid reflux.
But also, did you guys see tomato? Did you guys see that food abortion that was bagel sliced bread out of St. Louis?
Well, I wouldn't know about that. I think it's a smart way to serve a large group.
I think that is.
You would also probably hate St. Louis style pizza because people who aren't from here don't like Provel cheese very much.
What's bagel sliced bread? They take a loaf and cut it down the middle lengthwise?
No, they take a bagel and they slice it this way.
Oh, we can get that here.
That is fucking ridiculous.
Do you know why Panera Bread does that? It's because everywhere but here it's called Panera, but here it's called St. Louis.
St. Louis Bread Company, which is just Panera in different pants.
Yeah, well, I mean, it started here as that, and then they became Panera because nobody in like Boston's going to be like, dude, let's go to the fucking St. Louis Bread Company. Like nobody with that's terrible marketing.
That sounds like
switch to something that sounds French or Italian.
Oh, I saw a place. I was in New Brunswick, and there were 2 bagel places. And I was like deciding between them. And like the first one, it was called like Bagel Nosh. I'm like, oh, that sounds like a good bagel place. And the second one was called LA Bagel. And I was like, fuck off. No way.
New York
That's
Bagel
the worst
is where you
marketing.
want to go. There's one here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There's a New York bagel here, and everyone that works there is obviously either from New York or New Jersey, which is pretty cool.
If I if I saw a place called like Israeli Bagels, I'd be like, this is gonna have the best bagels on earth. Like, there's no doubt. Because, or wait, is bagels a thing from Israel?
No, it's a New York Jewish thing. For the most part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I rescind it. I didn't know. I was giving Israel too much credit for bagel manufacturing.
Can we do an